The 2018 Audi 4 Rupees Avant. Introduced in 1999, the Audi 4 Rupees placed itself at the top of Audi's compact car lineup. With a sportier, more aerodynamic exterior, exclusive features on the inside, and a more powerful engine, the 4 Rupees quickly became a solid competitor for the BMW M3. However, unlike BMW, Audi also built a wagon version that created a brand new niche for performance grocery getters. The 4 Rupees Avant becomes such an important car in the Audi lineup, that the third-generation 4 Rupees didn't even get a sedan version. Come 2017 and a brand new generation 4 Rupees arrived, also introduced with an Avant variant only. Essentially a beefed-up version of the latest A4 wagon, which already sports Audi's new design language with more angular features. The 4 Rupees Avant gained a brand new engine that's smaller, but more potent than the outgoing unit. The new performance wagon is also lighter than its predecessor, which had quite a few issues when compared to the awesome Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate. All told, Audi finally has a proper competitor for the souped-up Merc, and we will find out what it brings to the table in the review below. Continue reading to learn more about the 2018 Audi 4 Rupees Avant. Official video. Exterior. Paired with the more angular line of new A4, the new features give the 4 Rupees Avant a decidedly more aggressive stance. Up front, the wagon gained the RS-style honeycomb grille, as well as the Quattro lettering underneath the license plate, and 4 Rupees badge, and a sportier bumper with larger air vents. Both the single-frame grille and the intakes have the RS-specific honeycomb grille. Paired with the more angular line of new A4, these features give the 4 Rupees Avant a decidedly more aggressive stance. The Matrix LED headlamps with tinted bezels are optional. Onto the sides, the wagon received slightly beefier fenders, which are 1.2 inches wider, RS-style mirror caps, new 19-inch, forged aluminum wheels, 20-inch rollers are optional, and sportier side skirts. Also, the car has been lowered by 0.3 inches for enhanced dynamics. Around back, the 4 Rupees Avant is identical to the standard model above the bumper. Around back, the 4 Rupees Avant is identical to the standard model above the bumper, save for the roof spoiler of course, but it features a sportier diffuser down below. The large, oval exhaust pipes and the 4 Rupees badge on the tailgate round off the rear fascia. Audi also introduced a new paint option for the wagon. It's called Nogaro Blue, it features a pearl effect, and the Germans claim that it recalls the first-generation Avant from 1999. Nogaro Blue is an Audi exclusive option, so don't expect to find it in the standard configurator. New Audi 4 Rupees versus old Audi 4 Rupees. Interior. The front seats are of the RS Sport variety, which means there's solid bolstering for spirited driving. As usual, most of the RS4's interior is black. Audi says that this underscores the sporty character of the car, but I'm not really a big fan. I mean, just check out Ferraris and Lamborghinis with red and brown interiors. They seem pretty sporty to me. But hey, this black interior thing is somewhat of a tradition for Audi RS right now, and I don't think it will change anytime soon. At least you can get light-colored leather for the seats and door panels and gray carbon trim for the dashboard and center console. The front seats are of the RS Sport variety, which means there's solid bolstering for spirited driving. An optional honeycomb pattern on the seating surface can be ordered. The seats and the door panels aren't the only features covered in leather. The flat-bottomed, RS-style steering is also dressed in hide, complemented by white stitching and an RS badge. The latter can also be seen on the shift gate and the standard illuminated door sills. Finally, the RS-specific display in the instrument cluster indicates G-forces, tire pressure and torque on top of the usual A4 Avant information. Options include a couple of styling packages that add carbon fiber with aluminum or black accents. As usual, the Audi exclusive program covers just about any other special request. As long as you have a fat wallet, that is. Drivetrain. Arguably the biggest change here is the engine, with the previous 4.2-liter V8 having been replaced by a 2.9-liter V6. Arguably the biggest change here is the engine, with the previous 4.2-liter V8 having been replaced by a 2.9-liter V6. Twin turbocharged unit is brand new and cranks out 450 horsepower and 443 pound-feet of torque. Horsepower is identical to the previous powerplant, but torque increased by a whopping 126 pound-feet. As a result, and also due to the fact that the new 4 rupees is 176 pounds lighter, the redesigned wagon needs only 4.1 seconds to hit 62 miles per hour from a standing start. That's a half-second quicker than the previous model and a solid improvement. It's also a tenth second quicker than the Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate and as quick as the C63S version, which comes with 503 horsepower on tap, 53 horses more than the 4 rupees Avant. Top speed remains locked at the usual 155 miles per hour, but the optional RS Dynamic package lifts the limited to 174 miles per hour. Horsepower is identical to the previous powerplant, but torque increased by a whopping 126 pound-feet. Granted, some of you might be upset that Audi no longer offers a V8, but these performance gains make the 4.2-liter unit seem obsolete. And besides, you can't quote tradition here, because the first generation 4 rupees Avant was actually powered by a 2.7-liter V6. So it's more of a back-to-the-roots thing. As before, the engine mates to a quattro all-wheel drive system and an 8-speed Tiptronic automatic transmission, but both have been upgraded for the new generation wagon. Optionally, the 4 rupees Avant can be equipped with a rear sport differential. Average fuel consumption is rated at 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers. Average fuel consumption is rated at 8.8 liters per 100 kilometers. This converts to 26.7 US mpg, but there's no EPA rating yet since Audi has yet to announce whether the 4 rupees Avant will come to the US. What we know for a fact is that the new wagon boasts an efficiency gain of 17% over the previous model. The standard sports suspension lowers the car by an additional 0.3 inches, but you can opt for the RS Sport suspension with dynamic ride control. Other high-performance options include ceramic brakes and RS dynamic steering. Prices. Pricing for the new 4 rupees Avant starts from €79,800 in Germany, which makes it by far the most expensive iteration of the A4 family. For reference, the 4 rupees Avant is sold with a €46,100 premium compared to the base A4 Avant. The high-performance wagon goes on sale this fall with deliveries scheduled to begin in early 2018. There's no word on whether it will become available in the US, but if it does, expect it to cost at least $80,000 before options. Unfortunately, I don't think Audi will sell the 4 rupees Avant in North America anytime soon. Competition. Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate. Since BMW doesn't offer a wagon version of the M3, the Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate is basically the 4 rupees Avant's only rival. Redesigned for the 2015 model year, the C63 Estate carries AMG's new biturbo, 4.0-liter V8, which it shares with the 2016 Mercedes-AMG GT sports car, among other vehicles. The powerplant is available in 2 flavors. The one in the standard C63 cranks out 469 horsepower and 479 pound-feet of torque, which translate into a 0 to 62 mph sprint of 4.2 seconds. More power comes from the unit motivating the C63S version, tuned to deliver 503 horses and 516 pound-feet. In this case, 62 miles per hour comes in 4.1 ticks. Both versions have their top speeds limited to 155 miles per hour. As exciting as the Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate may sound, you won't be able to buy it in the US, as the Germans aren't too keen on selling it here. You'll just have to settle for the larger AMG E63S wagon. If you're among our lucky readers living in either Germany or the UK, you can buy one from €77,766 and £61,260, respectively. Read our full review of the Mercedes-AMG C63 Estate. History of the 4 rupees Avant. Audi's first high-performance compact wagon was launched in 1994 as the 2 Rupees Avant. Although the nameplate was officially launched in 2000, Audi's high-performance compact is actually a bit older than that. The first model was launched in 1994 as the 2 Rupees Avant. It was based on the Audi 80, which was the predecessor of the A4 we all know today. But unlike the 4 Rupees, the 2 Rupees was co-developed with Porsche and even shared a few features with the 911. The 2.2-liter 5-cylinder engine was also modified with help from Porsche. The 2 Rupees was discontinued in 1995, after only 17 months in production. It took Audi another 5 years to launch a new compact performance wagon. The 4 Rupees Avant was born in 2000, and even though it was produced for only a couple of years, it became one of Audi's most iconic models. Based on the B5 generation A4, the first 4 Rupees Avant featured a 2.7-liter V6 engine under the hood. The twin-turbo unit was good for 375 horsepower and 325 pound-feet of twist and needed only 4.9 seconds to hit 62 miles per hour from a standing start. In 2006, Audi replaced the original V6 engine with a 4.2-liter V8. The 4 Rupees returned in 2006, this time around based on the B7 generation A4. Now sporting a more aggressive exterior, the 4 Rupees Avant had a more powerful engine too. Audi replaced the V6 with a 4.2-liter V8. Sourced from the S4, it was modified in order to achieve a higher output of 414 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. The 0 to 62 mph sprint dropped to 4.8 seconds. This is the only generation that was available in different body styles, with Audi offering both a 4-door sedan and a 2-door convertible. The latter was replaced by the 5 Rupees in the following years. Production of the second-gen 4 Rupees lasted until 2008. The third-generation model was launched in 2012 and lasted until 2015, being the longest-running 4 Rupees yet. Unlike the previous version, the third-gen 4 Rupees was a station wagon only. The 4.2-liter V8 was kept under the hood, but with significant modifications and a higher output of 450 horsepower. Naturally, it was quicker too, needing 4.7 seconds to hit 62 miles per hour. Around 7,000 units were built until the B8 generation A4 was discontinued to make way for a brand new sedan. Conclusion. When it comes to high-performance compact executives with wagon rear ends, the 4 Rupees Avant is arguably the car that started it all. It all began with the Porsche Prep 2 Rupees Avant of the mid-1990s, in an era when Mercedes-Benz did not offer an AMG-modified C-Class wagon officially. Since then, Audi's compact grocery getter has evolved in many ways and kept its exclusive status with production cycles that rarely last longer than 2 years. And even though it has fallen behind its Mercedes-badged competitor in recent years in terms of power and torque, it remains one of the most desirable wagons on the market. The fact that the 4 Rupees Avant is among the vehicles that keeps frustrating US customers by being missing from dealerships nationwide speaks volumes of its following on this side of the Atlantic. Although Audi might still refuse to bring the 4 Rupees Avant stateside in 2017, the wagon will continue to live on as an outstanding machine. Even with the downsized engine and the boring, mostly black interior. Maybe it's time for BMW to finally deliver a wagon version of the M3? Love it. The most aggressive 4 Rupees Avant ever built. Beefed up wagons are hot. New engine and updated transmission. Leave it. Not as powerful as the AMG C63 Estate. Likely won't make it to the US references. Audi A4 wagon. Read our full review on the Audi A4 wagon. Audi 4 Rupees Avant. Read more about the previous generation Audi 4 Rupees. Updated history. Updated February 17, 2016, our spy photographers caught the upcoming Audi 4 Rupees Avant out for a new testing session, this time during cold winter conditions somewhere in Germany. Updated April 25, 2016, the upcoming Audi 4 Rupees was caught testing at the Nürburgring racetrack. Hit play to watch it in action next to a McLaren 570S. Updated the 11th of April 2016, our spy photographers caught the upcoming 4 rupees Avant hour for a new testing session. This time the prototype reveals more of its changes, including the revised front bumper with its bigger openings and the rear bumper featuring the big oval exhaust pipes. Updated October 29, 2015, our spy photographers caught the upcoming Audi 4 rupees Avant out driving around the roads of the Nürburgring. At a first look this appears to be a regular S4 Avant, but on a closer look you will notice wider fenders on all 4 corners, bigger wheels, while it's still lacking the bigger brakes and drilled rotors. Still, it's pretty clear that we are looking at the next 4 rupees Avant. Spy shots. March 28, 2017 Audi 4 rupees Avant caught testing around the ring. February 17, 2017 Audi 4 rupees Avant caught playing in the snow. April 11, 2016 Next Audi 4 rupees caught testing one more time. October 29, 2015 First testing session.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.